Hi guys, it's Athene. I'm here with Reese, and we are here in a call with Vaccine, the main coder of our MC Next server. He's been working very hard on command blocks, and since there is so much people wondering how that's even possible on a survival server, we thought, you know what, we'll just do a Q&A about command blocks and just read out questions that are being asked on the chat and just check what Vaccine has to say. Our first question is, will command blocks allow me to crash the server?
Right. Well, it's important to first understand that the command blocks we're implementing are not the command blocks you'd have in a traditional multiplayer setting. We basically are only using command blocks for one reason, as you know, instead of like just having some command you type in some unique block that's custom and not vanilla. We like the user interface of command blocks. That's really the only reason. That and the redstone interactions they support. So no, you won't be able to, because all the commands that would possibly let you through infinite looping and things like that, they've been reprogrammed.
Let me get this straight. Like, you're taking away functionality from command blocks and recoding the functionality that is allowed? Like, want to take away all the fun from command blocks, or?
Right, so what we did is we wanted to keep specifically the redstone element of command blocks, because that's like the coolest part of it, because redstone is quite an expansive thing in Minecraft, and if we allow the players to manipulate redstone along with the command blocks, then it opens up doors for countless possibilities. In terms of the actual commands and parameters you can put into command blocks, what we did is we actually blacklisted all of them. We removed every single one, and then we went through a list, parameter by parameter, and picked the ones we like. And we basically reprogrammed and reintroduced the ones we like with the exact same syntax as they previously had in vanilla. Only, optimized, and it'll not only affect players' chunks versus the entire server.
So basically, if I'm used to play around with command blocks in vanilla Minecraft single player and I come on this server, how much will I have to learn to be able to just jump into it and start using command blocks on MC Next?
Almost nothing. All the old functionalities, vast majority of them will work as you would expect in vanilla, because they're all just going to work in your chunk, in your home. So as long as you're building there, your command blocks will work as intended. The one caveat is, of course, that we have a couple custom functionalities that are not available in vanilla with command blocks. And for that, you might want to have to look in the wiki for like a command reference guide to see, like, because you can do unique things in MC Next that you can't normally do with command blocks. But we tried to keep as much functionality as possible, and we really only just completely disabled and didn't even try to recode the most broken elements of the command blocks, like killing people.
So basically, on a certain commands have been disabled, and certain commands will be added to the list.
Yeah, essentially. Very few have been fully disabled, and if they have been disabled, they'll probably be added at a later date.
Will you be able to place and pick up again a command block by mining it?
I was actually going to ask you guys how you want me to handle this, actually, Athena and Reese, because in vanilla, you can only break them while in creative mode by, hitting them once. We can easily make it probably so, like, if the owner hits it or whatever, it just breaks and then it drops like a normal block. We'll probably just do that. So
yeah, that would be good. What is the ETA on command blocks?
We'll have an initial deployment, slightly limited functionality of them ready to go this weekend.
Are we going to be able to use potion effects?
Yes, you will in a limited fashion. I believe Athene actually did a great job with this. We basically are blacklisting a couple of the completely broken potion effects, so you can't give yourself God mode. And then we're also putting a small cap on the amount of amplifier you can give. And then the actual duration itself as well is going to be capped to prevent you from basically going and giving yourself, resistance 100 and strength 500, and then just being a god. But you'll be able to give them in terms of blindness, confusion, effects for your games and such. Yeah, absolutely.
Aquality is asking a question that a lot of people will be wondering, of course, how can we obtain a command block? That's something we spent a lot of time thinking about.
So yeah, basically, since command blocks will be the most wanted item in the game, and on the other hand, we also want to keep its value. We don't just want to throw them out, and we don't want it to actually also disturb the server by forcing people to have alts logged in and taking away plots. What we will be doing is we'll be handing them out to level 70s. We'll be able to get them using their points in the shop. When you hit level 70, you have like a lot of points above it. Like normally those points are completely useless. You will be able to use those points to get command blocks on the shop. You will also be able to donate to get command blocks. We're going to be giving away command blocks throughout events. So basically, let's say for example when we hit 1,500 players, we'd be giving out 5 command blocks to everyone on the server, for example. That is the ID. We had IDs and plans to give out command blocks to people that log in every day with a certain chance, but the problem with that is the only thing we'll get is we'll basically just fill up the server with inactive accounts where people just keep trying to log in to get command blocks, taking away the experience of other players, and it would actually bite us in the ass. We'd actually get fake activity, and I don't think that's something we want.
Someone says Spleef minigames incoming. Yeah, you would. That's one of the things that we first thought of. Like, yeah, it would be awesome if people can somehow create their own Spleef minigames.
We'll actually introduce a block, like one of the snow blocks will have a specific feature where everybody can destroy it and it regens after 2 minutes. We basically have that in mind. How much money would you have to give to get a command block? $2 to save the children for 1 command block.
Will I be able to use my command blocks to plant my farms? Huh.
Yeah, I guess you could.
Yeah, yes,
Yep.
yes.
You can. You get like a farm bot.
You'd be able to add set block. Maybe we should go quickly through the list of what will be on the initial launch. The commands that will be available will be at player, at random player, at all players, within all your own house, of course. Then we have at all entities. We have the ability to whisper someone. We have the ability to say something. You'll be able to set blocks. The way set blocks will work though is it will take the materials from the chest that is underneath it. So if you want to set blocks, you'll need the materials in a chest, else you'd just be able to dupe stuff. You will also have /TP, so you'll be able to teleport players around in your plot. You will also have /test4, outputs a redstone signal if the condition is true. You will also have /effect, so applies a potion effect to a player, and you will also have /summon. So basically you'll be able to just summon mob entities and check out, like, increase their mob power. You'll be able to make your own dungeons. I see also here test for block. I don't know what that is. Outputs a redstone signal if block at coordinate is equal to tile name. Will that be in the weekend?
I haven't looked at that yet. I just saw that now.
And you'll also have slash clear mobs. How did you learn to code like that? Did you learn it from a website?
I'm a bit of an autodidact in that regard. I just kind of taught myself. I learned through like experience, and like I learned best through like doing things and like actually doing the action versus researching it. So ever since I was a kid, I've basically been programming, and I've gotten, pretty good at it.
Will you start streaming?
Streaming's not for me. I'm not cut out to be a streamer.
Can I empty chests with command blocks like a dispenser does?
I mean, I guess you could delete the chest if that's what you mean, or you could break it so all the contents drop. I guess you could set up a hopper in a redstone current, and then you can empty it depending when you want to empty it. I guess you could just do like one of those test for statements, and then if it's met, then put a current that activates a hopper, or a piston that moves the hopper that drains the chest. So yeah, I guess so.
Are command blocks going to be tradable between players?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Unless the team doesn't want them to be.
No, they can be tradable.
Yeah, I see no reason for them not to be.
How many will be allowed per chunk?
Like a reasonable amount, And I'll have to experiment a bit or talk to some people about it. They can be quite intensive if you are nefarious with them, so we don't want a repeat of the piston disaster. But we'll allow enough.
Can you delete blocks out of your chunk? Yes, you can. We'll be able to play sounds like the music, etc.
I think you can play vanilla sounds. I thought you could. Play sound player, XYZ, volume, pitch, minimum volume. Yeah, I don't see why not.
Holy shit, you can change pitch and stuff?
Yeah, you can. You can change volume, pitch, and minimum volume, and then you can play the actual sound at any coordinate you want. So we'll just restrict that to within the chunk. We can add that. Maybe not for initial release, but sure.
People are gonna make such trippy shit with that.
They're just gonna have the horse dying that sound 1,000 times. It's like eternal hell.
Will I be able to make a command block that spams a team with "I found a bug" or "Raid my house" or "I found a hacker"?
I guess you could, if the thing's in your house. Yeah, you can't, even with /tell, it doesn't actually let you, if you use like a specific player as the parameter, it won't let you do that unless they're in your chunk, so you can't like use it as a spam bot.
Can I make a command block that codes command blocks?
You know, you can make it a command block that spawns another command block, but you can't set the metadata. So, can I make a command block spawn a giant penis? You betcha.
You actually can.
You would be able to do
You
that,
could.
yes. You would
You
be
can even
able,
make it like an animated penis if you really wanted to.
you can make a
gen.
giant construction and say like the penis will only react if you tickle it, and then people need to tickle the penis and then it will react.